Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no, there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG.
Yeah, but too much content going to miss.
Two boxes, name two boxes that.
Ready? You're starting it, yeah? Welcome to guest.
Where's the oh, we have to move over with our camera. Like a thing now.
You have to do what?
The hybrids off camera.
They're off camera. TMG!
Wow, let's get it. Episode 53, TMG, we're back with some fresh faces. We got the boys from TF3, the final thirds.
Gang shit.
Let's introduce yourself, lads.
Shems, lavish, whatever you want to call
Living
it.
lavish, as I like to call it.
It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
Banks in the building, man. Happy to be on the two-man game.
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank.
You need a tenner.
Melo, come in. Hey,
Give me a tenner.
you need a tenner?
Yeah, just give
I
us a
got
tenner.
that for you off camera, though.
It's good to have you on, Banks. I think we Banks and Lavish. I'm gonna call him
Shems, lavish, everything.
Shems,
One. Yeah.
It's good to have you on. I remember we did a live review.
Yeah, Instagram live, bro.
And then-
When that was last, 2020, innit?
Damn.
2020,
Yeah,
and
Lockdown days.
And
Lockdown
he said something about Gary Neville. What did he say about Gary Neville?
I don't recall what he say, but you bring Gary Neville's name out and it's going to be
He
something
said
controversial.
like what were the players that he looked up to?
100. Gary Neville.
Right.
You still
You don't
backing that?
understand my introduction into football. The reason I'm a right back, it's all because of Gary Neville.
That's one of the maddest. Whenever he says he's not capping,
I had a cassette of, I know if I was my first ever training session with a team, like I was bricking it, so scared. My big brother put on a cassette, you know them old school cassettes, like video cassette tapes. Yeah, he put one in. It was a Gary Neville masterclass on tackling, passing, all of that. I put it on.
Did you get into the team?
Literally, I did a tackle, clamped. The guy was 5-6 years older than me. I clamped him. Everyone was gassing me. From then on, I became a right back. Gary Neville was my favourite player.
Gary Neville masterclass in the same sense.
that's disgusting.
Hey, put respect.
Gary Neville.
English greatest right back. Trent don't know nothing about this game.
He's like
Stop this.
Trent-
every season he drops down one place because there's always a new right back coming out. Fam.
You might be England's 8th greatest right back.
Right now England got a glut of right backs. Even that Livramento guy. I'm impressed.
Shout out Matty Cash. We'll find out he's Polish today.
What?
Now, where he's Polish.
Polish.
He might be declaring for Poland soon.
He knows that he's tight though. How far is there's a guy like Lamptey that I know even there.
Lamptey should go play for Ghana.
Is he injured?
He's injured.
He's been
That
injured for
injury's
so long.
long still.
Bro.
I don't know
Been a
what
madman
happened.
still. It's
Was
been
it
over a
cancer?
year now.
No,
Don't
but it's
know.
okay.
Wow.
I didn't think it was as serious as this. For it to
Yeah,
be
he
out
was
this
a
long.
serious fantasy option at one point.
Yeah.
Serious.
Low key.
Serious.
I need some low key.
And there's so many like you got Trent.
I don't like to
James.
drop gems in terms of fantasy because I'm a competitor, but go put Ismail Assar in your team. It's gonna get you goals and assists this season. You heard it here from Banks.
So that's all was good this week, man.
Do you think that was a hot take?
There was.
Do you think that was a hot
Nobody-
take? Bro,
It's
it's
a hot take.
Nobody
I'm
has-
not a star guy like that.
Nobody has. I'm telling you, in this team, he's gonna play ISO ball and he's gonna do great. He's gonna do
I
great.
need cheap, productive guys to supplement my
What,
superstars.
is he gonna have a season as good as
I'm thinking
Neto?
about Sam.
As good-
Neto last season?
Neto was nice last year. I think he can have a season as good as Neto.
Okay.
I think he can.
Okay.
Yours is gonna really ball there.
Right,
Dennis.
Watford.
Dennis and
Well,
King.
Dennis and King, yeah, they're supporting the main man, son.
Hey.
It's about supporting him.
Anyways, as we always start, before we get into the major discussion points, quick fire questions. Tell you how the pod goes. I already know some Banks answers are going to be a bit biased.
Me, I'm nothing but a fair man.
Okay.
Nothing but a fair man.
Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo.
Messi.
LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron.
City or Liverpool? Prime City or Prime Liverpool?
Prime City.
Depends what prime city you're talking about.
Centurions.
Centurions.
will be their prime.
I'm taking 19 Liverpool over Centurions.
Why?
Why? It's funner.
Wow.
It's funner.
Wait. When you said there's multiple prime cities,
No, because City fans will say the one,
The 14 one.
the which one's the 4th?
Negredo.
No.
that's
Negredo,
no.
no.
They're back and goals though.
No.
They're back and goals.
Negredo,
That one, that's not their prime.
Negredo, Dzeko, them man.
What's his name? Jovetic. What's the other guy?
No, 2014 City is way better than 2012 City.
No.
Way better.
2012.
2012 City. You talk about Aguero.
Yeah, no, I'm saying 2014 City is one of their primes. That team played great football.
Pellegrini City played great attacking football,
100%.
but their prime, their best
Prime is still
season,
Pep.
their best season is the Centurion one under Pep.
I'm talking about you. You asking
You
me?
know when
You
know
not
when he
asking
said,
me which
you know
one
when
I
he said
prefer.
prime, I thought he meant like they did a back to back under Pep. I thought you were gonna use.
I'm talking about which one. If you're talking about which one I prefer, I like the 14 City. Otherwise, I'm like if you're talking about prime versus prime, I'm taking Liverpool 19. I like the football better, man.
You like the football? Is that
Heavy metal football. He likes
Rock and
it.
roll.
is the
Let's
19
get it.
better than 18? Liverpool.
Oh yeah, 100 because they weren't leaking goals in 19. 18 it was just like you attack and then like you can attack.
The
us
leaking
as well.
goals until Sam Van Dijk.
Literally. So that 19 just objectively better.
Oh, you always love that Van Dijk signing. Well, Van Dijk.
Best signing ever.
Great signing.
Best signing ever.
The best signing over the last decade?
Well, I'll tell you some stats. 100 Premier League games. I think for Liverpool, 76 wins, 76% scoring ratio.
That's one of the best defensive
One
signs I've ever
twerk.
seen.
Provided by Nicolas Pepe. So you know, let's always put that on his record as well.
How about Ruben Diaz? Probably has a better win percentage than him.
Ruben Diaz, don't do that. Ruben Diaz, don't do that.
He does.
Don't
He does
even-
have a better
don't
win.
even-
Well, I swear,
He be twerking though.
I swear,
Armstrong
Diaz
twerk.
came in
Yeah.
and they conceded more goals.
I don't want to serve up.
No,
Ruben
actually,
Diaz. He's a good
because I think
defender,
consider
nice
less.
defender, but just don't put him. Stop putting people's names by Van Dijk. Let's just stop.
Van Dijk,
Let's see who
today,
loses after 100
today,
games.
Man United legend said that someone is better than him.
Who?
They said that Rudiger is better than Van Dijk
said
today.
Oh,
Rio
that's what
Ferdinand.
Rio Ferdinand said. He's the best in the Prem right now. But
No, Rio Ferdinand just has fun.
Rio Ferdinand just spazzes on the mic though. He doesn't like. He
Man
just
said
Really
just
goes on
spazzing.
form, I'll give him
Hey,
that.
YouTube,
No, serious form.
No.
YouTube Rio
But
just be
people-
saying anything.
just saying
People
anything.
people think it's unfair when we say free at the back tax, but like it's a tax.
It's a tax.
It's a tax.
Let's be honest. It's a tax.
It's a bit of a
It's
tax.
easy.
Yo,
It's
it's
easy
It's
to
not,
play for
this is
a
not me saying. This is not me saying that it's easy to play in a free at the back or like you should get less ratings if you play a free at the back. But at the same time, like you've always got
cover.
You've always
One.
got that extra.
And two,
defender.
it's just less ISO.
Me, I'm never trusting Rudiger for my life. I've seen Rudiger in the
I
two.
think Rudiger's a good defender.
I've seen Rudiger in the two.
I think he's a good
Hey, it
defender.
was only a year ago, guys were trying to sell. They were
They were trying to
this-
flog him off at
this
Chelsea,
is-
but I think he's a good defender. I would have taken him at Arsenal. Everyone laughed, but I think he's actually.
Yeah,
a
but of
good
course
This
I'm
is the
taking
thing,
Arsenal.
though.
He's
This is
better
the
than
thing.
what we got.
Because Rudiger in the free under Lampard, he played that as well, and he didn't look good. Rudiger in the free for Tuchel looks amazing.
It's
So this is not me.
discipline.
This is not me saying Rudiger like it's all Tuchel that's making Rudiger look good. Like clearly he's a good. He was a good defender, but poor tactics like exposed his weaknesses a lot more than it should have. A good coach has clearly hidden some of the weaknesses that were in his game and allowed him to flourish.
It's hitting a lot of weaknesses
So-
for Chelsea players, like the Tuchel system. Obviously, I want to get into this. Let me just finish answering my question. That was very
Don't get
interesting.
distracted, you mug.
Yeah. Mayweather or Ali?
Ali.
Early.
For you or AJ?
You guys tripping. It's
AJ.
money made.
AJ.
It's money made all day.
Money May.
It's money
Yeah,
made
man,
all
Nah,
day.
man, it's legacy,
It's
man.
legacy, man. That's what you did.
Pepper Klopp.
Pep.
I lied.
Yeah, you lied. You lied.
Yeah, of course you say.
Just two of my ops. I just hate choosing between them, man.
Lakers or Clippers?
Lakers.
Zion or Luka?
Luka.
You need to change that legs onto Nets now.
Yeah, you gotta change that to the Nets.
It's
Yeah.
too easy.
Lakers or Nets?
Yeah, definitely. You got. It's still Lakers.
Ooh.
Fuck the Nets.
Heart says Lakers, head saying Nets.
Fuck the Nets, man.
Hey, my head, my body, every part of me saying Nets right now, fam.
F the Nets.
Can the Nets stay healthy? Big
That's
question.
the question.
Can the Lakers stay healthy?
Can anyone stay healthy?
That's the question. That's the
Giannis,
question.
Giannis seems like the only man that can overcome these
My
things.
guy Giannis, road to top 10 all time. We there.
You know what's funny about staying healthy in basketball is like how in football, if we use the term load management just across both sports, how in football load management is very much accepted
It's
amongst
just, but
fans.
she's a bigger squad.
But it's accepted amongst fans.
Mhm.
Whereas in basketball, it's like, oh my god, load managing. Fans come out here to see the best players. You have to play the regular season games.
But don't you think that the players got more? It's because the NBA is more star driven. It doesn't matter about the teams. It matters about the players. Like no one is so invested in basketball.
But yeah,
that's
it's
like,
more
I'm a
obvious.
Nets fan for life.
It's more obvious that it's business orientated in NBA rather than like fan driven.
Yeah, football's coming. Football's coming to become business orientated soon, man.
I don't know because I don't believe. Let's say Klopp benches Salah, and then there's uproar like, why are you benching Salah?
Hey, man,
People have travelled to Liverpool to see the best player.
Switching.
Nah,
They're switching.
If he
Every
plays-
time.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's not driving there, but they're
People
switching.
It's
people
not
are
about,
driving
it's not
to
about the,
Liverpool.
it won't be about the fans. It won't be about the fans not seeing Salah. Literally about like we're a better team with Salah in it. Why the hell are you benching him?
If he rests Salah for, it's like resting in the regular season is so that you play for the postseason, play for the playoffs. So if you rest Salah because there's a Champions League game, everybody would understand if Liverpool win that game. Whereas if you rest, like, let's use Kawhi because he's the person. If you rest Kawhi
In the playoffs.
No, in the regular. Oh yeah, in the first game in the series of a playoffs, because like you know who you can meet in the next round. Everyone's still gonna be like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? That's what I'm trying to say. It's never gonna get to that in
Yeah,
football.
don't you think Pep has that effect though when he just puts his team in the,
Rotation.
when he puts his team in the random generator and just
But that's his Achilles heel. As well.
decides what players is playing today, except for obviously KDB.
That's his Achilles heel though. That's his Achilles heel with Pep. And that's the That's the
They're gonna be-
frustration
Hey,
side of him.
full proclamation. I think City are gonna beat Chelsea this week.
Right.
I think
Is
for the
is it
first time-
Manchester or London.
It's in London, and that's why I think they're gonna win.
Chelsea beating them.
Hey,
Tuchel's got
Pep's gonna have his pants pulled over his
KDB
head.
at Stamford Bridge, boy, that guy goes off.
KDB ain't doing shit.
He always goes off. He always goes off
KDB
on
ain't
Stamford
doing
Bridge.
shit at Stamford Bridge. KDB
We'll see what City striker or non-striker is going to do.
They
about
could-
it.
I think that's what's gonna mess up Chelsea this now. Finally, if he just obviously it depends on what Pep is on. And maybe Pep is thinking different to me. Maybe he's gonna pay Liam Delap. You don't know what Pep is gonna do. I can't account for him. But last question, first love, football, basketball, boxing.
football.
And let's go in and talk about Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Chelsea Football Club. Why Chelsea so good? Because they play the
Fuck
Chinese.
Chelsea. No, fuck you. You know.
I mean, Chelsea.
That guy was in his tracksuit. I wanted to knock
Man,
him
it's
down.
full Chelsea tracksuit.
Where was he going?
Yeah.
Where was he going? Fuck you.
That's how you dress. That's on like a daily tip, man.
Wow.
That's comfy in his Chelsea stuff.
No, but with Chelsea, they're looking very imperious right now, and they have the whole Premier League on watch, I would say. I mean, after that result against Liverpool, going a man down and just looking very solid, they still, I think that second half was 0-0, but they didn't concede any goals. They shot. And even against Spurs just a couple of days ago, they looked a bit shaky in the first half per se, and in the second half they just turned the screw, and they showed them levels that this is the difference between team like Spurs has had a good start to the season, and it's a difference for Champions League winners and what could be potential Premier League winners. Chelsea are looking really on point.
They can get got.
Hmm?
They can get got.
I-
First of all, we
I
haven't
feel the
seen
same
them.
way.
We haven't
I feel
seen
the
them.
same way.
You haven't seen them
I
concede
don't
a goal
see why.
first. You haven't even seen that.
Yeah, potentially they can, but the way they're looking right now, unless it's like the squad's really strong, unless it's like major injuries, they're not really conceding goals. I mean, if the team does score first, yeah, we'll have to see how they respond to that sort of adversity. But Chelsea are looking really, really strong right now. I mean, the Lukaku signing, you know, that's one of their weak points last season. Werner was very futile in front of goal. Now you have the option to bring one off the bench. You can find some confidence. That's a very strong weapon to have. And Lukaku, man, because I don't have him in my fantasy team. Whenever I see him play, I'm scared.
Why are you scared of
Because
him?
the guy's gonna score all the time.
He
G.
always looks. He's always a goal.
He looks like he's gonna score all the. He's always looked like he's gonna score.
No, but
The
this
second, the real thing is he going to? Lukaku for me, good striker. Give you 20 goals. You know he has an issue in big moments. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
For Belgium, that came. We read his head. Some people think he's changed. I'm just waiting to see him in these big moments.
He's a bad man.
Arsenal's not.
No, that's true. That is true.
Arsenal are not a big.
You got to prove it. £100 million signing.
Like
Still
that.
got.
Arsenal's not a big moment. Like Arsenal not even a big game for those clubs anymore.
That's true.
So when people say that, oh, he scored against Arsenal, I'm just looking at it and laughing because a lot don't score against Arsenal.
Everyone scores against Arsenal. Everyone breaks their what's called goal
Their
drive
goal
against
drive.
Arsenal.
Fam,
Fam,
against
Van
Arsenal.
Benteke broke his 1 year
No,
bar
don't
back
use
in.
Benteke. Use Andy Carroll's hat trick.
Yeah, like
Was it Andy Carroll's hat trick?
Which match?
Someone scored it. Was it Andy Carroll from West Ham scored a hat trick against Arsenal? Someone did us
People
dirty one time.
People just get their first goals. Guys that haven't scored in years, all of a sudden pop up against Arsenal. Arsenal, a different case. I'm not convinced about Arteta. I want him gone, but
I can't lie. I look at Chelsea here, and you're 100% right in the fact that they look so resolute in terms of it's still hard to break them down. But I still think creatively and going forward, like I look at the goals they scored on Sunday, 2 from a set piece, 1 from a deflected shot. Creativity is still an issue for them. Like it's definitely not a massive issue where like is gonna it may completely derail them because, as you said, they've got Lukaku in this sort of form where he looks like he's always gonna bag, and they've still got quality players behind him like Mount, Havertz or whatever.
Stop using Mount.
I don't rate him like that, but he's gonna get you goals and he's gonna get
He
you
doesn't.
assists.
But this is a myth about Mount. This is not the same Mount that came. Mount doesn't. He doesn't score that many goals. Havertz. Obviously, I want to see Pulisic behind the.
No way you want to see Pulisic more than Mount.
I want to see Pulisic more than Mount.
Is the biggest false image you've
He's
ever
got
seen.
pace. I want to see what he's gonna do off
Pulisic,
stretch it.
Pulisic can't play 90 minutes.
He can't
That's
play
what I
like
know
He's
about
finished.
him.
We know that he's
No, he just can't play 90 minutes.
Well,
Like, he can only if he comes on as a sub, he's good. That's it.
He's not even good when he comes on as a sub though.
but
Like his
he's
impact
had
is
some good-
fleeting.
he's
The
had some
biggest
good
thing for me.
He's had some good performances,
Chelsea, yeah.
post lockdown.
Yeah, that was a
And then
lockdown.
try and remind me of a good performance after that.
It's all jumbled into one season, so it's
That's
very hard to
Martial.
remember.
That was Martial Project Lockdown.
Martial, literally.
Okay.
God damn
There's
it,
a lockdown
man.
tax, but for
Oh my
me,
guy.
the scariest part about Chelsea is they've always had all the pieces. Obviously, Lukaku's the final piece to the puzzle, but now it just takes it to another level because, unlike, like for example, Man United, their manager, is top. He's top, and it's like it seems very clear cut what he's doing because as fans we're watching it behind screens and we're seeing, bruv, make the change. This is not working. Pull this person out. But he's so ruthless as a manager, and we don't see it normally, that if it's obvious, he's making that change. And more often than not, it works. So after a while, as a player, if you keep seeing like, okay, you're getting pulled off in the 20th minute or in the first half or the stroke of half time, or you're getting pulled off in the 60th minute, you can't get mad because it actually, at the end of the game, you're winning because you came off. So when players are buying into the belief of like, okay, my manager knows is gonna fix whatever's not working, and everybody believes that, yeah, we've got a manager who knows what he's doing. It's scary. They could win the league. That's what's driving me. It's the fact that their manager is top. Then their players are all going to get behind the manager. Because if you've seen when more or less the same crop of players under a manager who didn't really have a clue, and we saw how frail they were. So the fact you're saying we haven't seen them bounce back from a goal behind, someone's got to score first.
Do you know what? I personally know the manager that will solve the puzzle because there's a manager in the Premier League that solved the puzzle with lesser players. The Southampton manager manages to solve puzzles, and once someone shows you a formula, people normally follow. Yeah, that's what's
So
happening.
we're expecting Southampton to break this form, to break
Hey,
Chelsea.
Chelsea?
They're not to pop them, but he will find a way to solve.
That's a wild statement. So you're saying
Look what he's done.
We're putting the hopes of the Premier
No,
League
I'm
on
just saying
Ralph
that.
Hasenhuttl and
I
Nathan Redmond.
think it's tactically. He's
No,
very
I like
astute.
him. I like
He
him.
likes
Tactically
him.
astute.
I like him.
And he sold a lot of positives. He's beating Klopp. Last season, he drew against Pep. Kind of so. Last
Pep
season,
last
he was
season
one
as
of the
well.
only teams that he did anything against Chelsea.
Last season, when they're like on relegation for the last
But
like 15
they
games.
drew
they
against
stunk
Chelsea.
out the second half of
They
the
stunk
season.
out the second half. And
First half they were flying.
Even when they stunk out, they got a point against Chelsea. When guys was thinking,
So
how
what
do
are
you
you
show?
trying to say? You're saying
I'm saying that
they
someone
can
needs to
make
show
it different.
someone needs to show us
the blueprint.
the blueprint. Because no one's done it yet.
The
Maybe
blueprint.
Ollie will do it. Because
You make me sick. for
No,
that.
but
Ain't
Hey,
gonna
the
be
thing
Ole.
is, if I'm
Ole.
Ain't
Chelsea,
gonna be Ole,
Chelsea
Ole.
against Man United, Man United would love to face Chelsea. Man United like to face teams that have the ball, do their thing,
True.
and then they will hit them on the counter.
True.
The only thing
in terms of quality, there's not many. Like it's literally City, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, City, United, Liverpool that have got the quality to. Like even if your tactics, like we've still got the quality in moments to beat you. Those are probably the three teams.
The thing is, Pep should have beaten Chelsea last season as well. He gets in his head. Sterling as well.
Do you mean
It
in the
was,
final?
it was missing chances as
He's
well.
shot of confidence. Just throughout
Yeah.
the last three games of the season when they played each other back to back to
But
back,
he
and
could've won.
Tuchel took him every
He took-
three times in a row.
He took him
It
three
was
times.
it was
crazy.
It got a bit tiresome, and if you're looking at it now as then Chelsea were more so underdogs. Now it's like we're level, like let's play. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Chelsea, they're flying. As a Chelsea fan now, you're excited. You feel like you're gonna win. You're more or less favourites. Chelsea now.
You think they're favourites?
Yeah, as it changes through the season.
I think
they're
if you look at
favourites.
it,
They're
look
favourites.
where they've gone. They went to Anfield to got a point. They've been to
10 men
White Hart
10
Lane.
men, Scatty.
They've been to White Hart Lane.
Popped.
They've been to some places that people consider tough places. They've won.
Yeah,
Fact. So for them, it's looking kind of ominous what's happening. But
mean-
I still think Liverpool and City have they're there. And for example, City can just turn on and win 15 games in a row.
City ain't winning shit without a striker. Let's just put that shit in.
City ain't title last season without a striker.
Last season was last
weaker.
season.
It was weaker.
Last season was last season.
I know,
Liverpool.
but they've
The
had
only
like
challenge.
20 straight wins.
The only challenge last season was Liverpool.
The thing is, Pep can rattle off 20 straight wins. That he can do that.
But that's not going to be enough.
Look, and when he gets the mixture right, when he gets the folding, when he gets the KDB,
I feel like he's got too many ingredients there, and that's the problem with
They wanted to get rid of them.
I can't remember who said it, but they should have prioritized getting a striker over getting Grealish.
But they're going to do that next year.
Well, next year.
Well, next year's next year. What are we
Unless
gonna do today?
they get Haaland, then I'll understand.
That's what he
Yeah,
wants.
yeah.
They get Haaland, then I'll be like, fair play.
But he wanted
Fair
Kane.
play.
But
They wanted
they
Kane.
didn't do that because they wanted to get Haaland. They wanted Kane and they failed.
We should have prioritized Kane over Grealish.
And I think Haaland probably ends up going to City.
I think Haaland would be a better move than Kane.
Oh yeah, he would.
Yeah, for
By
long
far.
term, long term.
Give you like 10 extra
Long
years.
term, yeah. But if we're talking quality right now, Kane is the better option.
No.
Kane is the better
No,
option.
because I'm not.
In
I'm
this
not.
City
I don't
team.
know about Kane.
Paying,
Who
I'm
knows
not
what
paying
Kane is on now,
150
fam?
million for Kane for 3 seasons.
I'm not talking about value. I'm
About
talking
right now.
about quality right
But
now.
you have to include the value in the
I'm
whole
not.
thing.
I'm
No,
not
why
talking
not?
about the value. I'm
It's a
just talking
different
about.
question. Right now.
Do you
you
think
drop-
Pep considered Lukaku at any point this summer?
I thought he would. You know, I was saying it to
Pep
him
is
back
never
in the last
considered that
season.
guy. Pep is never considered
You
that
don't
guy.
think he ever just thought?
Pep didn't even think twice about Lukaku.
You know when they said Pep came when Pep first came to City, and he and he found out the first scapegoat was Joe Hart. When he's
let me see your touch.
Let me see
Let me
your
see your
touch.
Let me see
So
your touch.
I promise you, in the Lukaku have to do a trial if it's to get into City. Then let me see your touch. Nah, man.
Wait, hey, Pep has made some blunders though. He brought Bravo in, and Bravo was conceding every shot that was going at
Bravo
him.
was cheap.
Bravo was weird because Bravo was actually a decent keeper.
He was a good keeper.
It was good at Barca.
Barca. And even
Yeah.
at Chile, you know.
Yeah.
This is the Barclays. You get found out in the Barclays.
In the Barclays get
Yeah.
found out.
When
Real
guys
quick.
like Tom Davies and Dio Correa are blasting shots at you better be ready to face the heat.
Putting the whole heart into that kick.
The heart is Bravo was there.
You better hit the
This guy
target
said Tom
consistently,
Davies.
but when it does, it's going in.
Yeah, when
To
the
be
thing
fair,
goes
to
off,
be
it goes
fair.
off.
Well, one of the things why maybe I'm starting to consider Tuchel a little bit over Pep is like Tuchel works with what he has, fam. Look at the guys he has and look what he's done with them.
Let's not act
Narratives
as
are crazy.
Let's not act
Narratives
as
are
if
crazy.
like Chelsea
Because
have
these guys were
some
not
bums.
good on the Lampard. Lampard
No,
was saying,
Lampard wasn't
Lampard was saying
good.
that team is not even good enough to get top 4.
Yeah, but that's what Arteta says.
But every guy he
That's
has,
what Arteta
every
said.
guy he has, he makes them good. Kepa fits seamlessly into the team. The same Kepa that was conceding every shot, just seamless.
Pepper's
Like,
not-
it wasn't even
Pepper's
in-
not- Pepper's not
Let's
really
not
up
act
to
as
me.
if Chelsea were a team full of bums before
They were just
Tuchel came.
significantly underachieving.
Well, Jorginho, people were saying that he's found out, blah blah. If you get a man around him, he's done. Now, Jorginho
Was he-
Was he not getting beat up in the first? Like you can still find out Jorginho.
That's
like,
the thing. You can
let's
still
not
put
act
a
as
man
if
on
he's-
Jorginho. The problem was, I wouldn't have used that example, but I hear what you're saying. It's like, for people like
He's definitely improved
Kante,
them.
And Marcus
For
Alonso,
people like
everyone was
Kante.
getting rid of him.
for people like Kante, when people are saying, oh, Kante's actually lost the legs. Obviously, he was injured as well. He's lost the leg. What are we going to do with him? Maybe we should get rid of Kante. But Tuchel's reminded everybody that these players were good and Lampard was crap. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Lampard was very crap, fam.
But I was just going to say it's crazy how narratives are, because I remember when Tuchel lost, when he was PSG manager and he crashed out of the Champions League and everyone said that he's
He was
dead.
always crashing. But he had to incorporate Neymar and Mbappe. And obviously Mbappe got a serial loser gene. That he's
Wait, did he
inherited.
what?
Hold on,
When
huh?
did
He's a
You're
serial
talking about a
loser.
World Cup winner, you know.
He's a serial
When
loser.
did
since
Tuchel
that
last
World
get in the
Cup.
final?
Okay.
No, he got sacked mid-season.
Wait,
No,
who's the
Tuchel went to the
serial
final.
loser?
Yeah, he went to the final.
You Tuchel?
No, he's calling Mbappe a serial loser. That's
Mbappe?
that's
Serial
disgusting.
loser.
That's
Mbappe?
disgusting.
He thinks Dembele is going to have a better career than Mbappe.
I had that. Well, that was time ago.
Have a bet.
That was time ago. That's time.
Yeah, but to be honest,
We have a bag on that.
Paying up, bro.
You're going to be giving me a bag.
That's time ago. That's time.
A bag?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that's
Well,
it.
no,
Yeah.
wait.
You must have made this bet like 2017
No,
or
that's
something.
a
This
damn
throughout their
bet.
careers.
That's a bet Shemi would have made though.
Suarez is the best one.
He's got another 10 years. Maybe Dembele can turn it around.
I thought Dembele. Do you know when I saw Dembele? Both feet. He could do
Left
everything.
foot.
Oh,
Dembele!
Between the ears, intangibles that people overlook.
What is that? This guy is arrogant. Mbappe, he's just an arrogant man.
Intangibles.
Don't worry. When he goes to Real Madrid,
man, it's
when he
console.
goes to Real
It's the
Madrid,
console.
when he goes to Real
Console.
Madrid, I'm gonna laugh because he's not an alpha. You do know that. Mbappe's not an alpha.
He'll become one.
He's not one.
What do you mean he's not out?
He's not alpha. He's not a commander. You know that. He wouldn't hand this team over to Benzema. Oh, Benzema, please. Oh, Benzema. Oh, I
what's
want to
Dembele?
be Benzema.
What's Dembele?
Dembele, we don't even know what Dembele is. You don't know what
Dembele's there playing
Fortnite,
Fortnite, bro. What the
You
fuck?
don't even-
Dembele playing
He's
Fortnite in the dark.
not even worried about being an alpha.
No, exactly.
He's just trying to level up on
No, Dembele's not trying to be an alpha, beta, omega,
Gamma,
sigma,
anything.
gamma. He's not trying to be anything.
Mbappe comes, oh, Benzema, come please help me. And guess what happened? They were helping each other to get knocked out. If Giroud was there, different
Oh,
story.
you make me
Oh,
sick.
stop.
Oh.
This story.
Yeah.
Mbappe was trying to ingratiate Benzema back
Stop
to the fold.
ingratiating them and win.
Done it too
And
much.
win. You
He
guys
took
are
away from his
favourites.
What do you mean? You want to ingratiate the better player. You want to ingratiate.
Sometimes they got the better player for the system. They were better without him. They were winning without Benzema.
Man said
And
you're
then
straight-
Mbappe was like, oh please Benzema, come on and do
But
this for me.
anyways, West Ham United 2-1. What we saying? Penalty. Mark Noble, Jesse Lingard. Talk to me, boys.
It's like a stuff of, it was like conspiracy from the refs. Because Ronaldo should have had a pen.
Hella pens, man.
He should have had a pen.
T-pins.
Should
I
have
looked
had-
at it again, it was a dive still.
It wasn't a dive.
The Zuma one was nuts. I don't know what Zuma Bozo, that's why he got sold.
It wasn't a dive.
It was dumb.
Hold up, boy. That game, yeah. That game just showed me that United ain't doing nothing this season.
It didn't tell me anything.
And no, it showed me that, they ain't doing nothing this season. But I also know that United have like the United charm in the sense that they're gonna win a lot of games that they really shouldn't be getting any 3 points out of.
We just write our own movies. That's it. We just write our own scripts.
You know, it didn't even remind you of last season because United used to do this. First half, awful. I'm looking at United.
We weren't awful first half. We were awful second half.
So how can I?
No, but-
First half, we were banging off shots, getting in good positions. We probably should have been ahead by first half. Just about ahead in the first half. Second half, we didn't play well. We didn't create much. And it was literally just that moment of magic from Jesse that got us the goal. First half and second half performance were very contrasting. And then we have the penalty. Like, realistically, we should have been clear by the time that penalty comes around. It should have been 2-1, 3-1 at least before that penalty comes around. But Shem's right in terms of you're just not going to win enough games to win a Premier League.
But you have
If
so
you
much
give
attacking
those
power.
100%.
Yeah, no, the thing is, I'm not even looking at Oli in the perspective of performances. They're like, he's just a results kind of guy. Like last season, this was I just got used to United playing poorly, and then all of a sudden one of the stars, Greenwood, will do
the
something.
individualism
Yeah,
is very,
Ronaldo will
very
do something.
apparent.
Rashford will do something. Like that's just
And
how you are.
You can see that that's what Ole is going for because of the way he's loaded up on it. Like, literally, everyone was talking about why didn't Jesse Lingard go West Ham this summer like he's wasting his career. Ole wanted to keep him, brings him off the bench, and he's clearly keeping these players around because he's relying on them to produce these moments, to be the one to get us out of jail.
I don't think
What?
Sancho was a good signing then. If that's what he,
Ah,
if that's what it is, because
Tell
what
me
people say,
why.
they say Sancho is a combination kind of player.
100.
So, and then Man United don't play. You don't play combination football.
true.
But if we're talking about combinations between quality players, we've got guys like Ronaldo, Bruno, Rashford, Greenwood who can all play one touch around the box. Is that not what's
I
going to
don't-
create?
No,
is that
no,
not
I
what-
don't see-
is
yeah,
that
but
not what's
I don't
That's
see-
not what he's talking about though.
That is what, but that's Sancho's game. That's Sancho's game.
Yeah,
Don't
but-
just say as if Sancho's a system player where he needs
No one said
Borussia
he's
Dortmund.
system player. I'm saying combination, quick.
That's what we are, though.
But you don't do that. You
That's
man don't play like that though. I haven't. How many times do you put?
You're confusing Pep's sort of working.
I see that, no, I'm
You're
just-
confusing it with
If
Pep.
Ronaldo's not a man that's gonna be come deep.
He has, but that's what he's been
Spin off
doing.
the top.
That's
how
what he has been
He
doing.
hasn't
though.
been doing that.
That's
often.
what he has been doing. He's been like I'm not
He's
saying
just in behind.
I'm not saying he's been massively involved in our build up, but at the same time he's not just like he's not Cavani where he just trying to make it run straight away. Like he's come deep a little bit, try to do the one touch build up.
Trying to link up with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka trying to get himself sent off. That's the kind of thing that is going on. 1B should not play with Sancho there. It should be a Dalot team.
I was gonna stem off what Joshua said when he said in terms of Sancho not fitting in at United. I wouldn't go that far, but I agree with what he's saying in the sense that I would say more so he'd be better in the system. That's what I would say because I don't.
When have cage ballers ever been best in the
Ever
system?
call him a cage?
No, but that's what he grew up on.
But he doesn't play
That's what
cage
he grew-
ball though like that. Like, oh,
It's
I'm gonna
ISO.
ISO him.
It's literally cage ball is literally one touch. Like literally.
You know what then? Wouldn't Sancho be more better in the middle than wide?
That's what
But
Sancho's
Bruno's
not.
in that
Sancho's
middle,
not
so
a pure winger where he's gonna dribble you every
So
time. He's
inside
not saying Maximin. He's not Rafinha, but he likes coming off the wing, doing little interplay. Like guys with Bruno, Give it to Bruno. He's gonna try to do the 1-2 every time. We know Bruno's game.
He's trying to do the Hollywood part. He's
He's
trying to
gonna
put
do-
his
that's
name
what I'm
in
saying.
lights.
He's trying to
He's
do
not
that.
doing 1-2 with Sancho.
That's what he's doing.
If Bruno's thinking, okay, if I do a little nice combination, this is gonna be. Bruno's saying, I need to do
That's
something,
what-
and then
Look at the
put
way
my name.
Bruno plays. Bruno always tries outlandish. So if he tries a little, what like Bruno's gonna try it. I'm not saying he comes off because Bruno's got a terrible way on pass, but every time he's not afraid to try it. That's what I'm saying. Like we're talking about combination. Like you need quality players if you're gonna do combination play. Am I lying?
Pogba,
Pogba,
Greenwood,
Rashford, Ronaldo. Like you need quality players, guys whose touch are sure. That's
But
what I'm saying. I'm not
where's the
worried.
glue in that? I just don't. Do you know what? There's when you play combination football or there's a kind of a glue player that doesn't mind not doing the fluster but just
That's
let
what I'm
them keep
saying.
the ball moving.
That's what I'm saying. It's not in terms of our build-up. We don't have midfielders that get into attackers frequent enough. We have McTominay, Fred, who quite simply from the middle aren't good enough passes. But when it does get when in the odd moment that it does get to our forwards and we are able to work, we're probably one of the best in the league in working those opportunities for our strikers. We're not the best in creating opportunities, working it. But once we get those instinctive moments where Rashford, Bruno can do those little 1-2s and work instances in the box, we're probably one of the best
How
teams in the
many
league.
of those players can play though? You have to find the right combination. But
Yeah,
I'm not
That's
saying-
a problem. Though.
What's the combination?
That's
Sancho
the
is-
main issue, and
See,
then that's when it goes
you
back.
can't say that's,
no,
you
I
can't
hear
say
you.
that's an issue when last season we were literally playing with guys like Dan James,
No,
Andres
but-
Pereira.
no, but
it's not an
is it-
issue. Quality players will work
You got-
will
you
work
got-
themselves out.
No, but you're not.
Yeah, I heard that. But you got Lingard now. You got
That's what he's
Sancho. You got Greenwood.
But I'm
you
saying
got
that's good
Rashford.
problems to have.
It's a good problem to
True,
have,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
but it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
good for when you wanna.
Yeah,
No,
which one's the best?
Yeah,
player?
No, it's
But
good.
when I wanna win, what do I
best
do?
is good. The best
you
person
play, you play who's on form.
Exactly.
And everyone's fighting for the position. Obviously, we know Ronaldo's going to play. And then the other ones, Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford.
Sancho didn't start on
and
Sunday
who's
because
the
he's
other one,
been.
maybe
I
Lingard
think
or Martial,
Greenwood-
whoever's on form.
I thought
we know
Greenwood was
Bruno's going to play.
automatic
And for the
starter.
most, we know Pogba's going to play.
Greenwood's
But whoever else is
19.
on
There's no
form,
reason he should be an automatic starter.
you
Hey,
play.
when you're good, you play.
You have to
Well,
fight for your position.
That's what I'm saying. If he continues to be good,
Yeah,
he'll
it's
be
not a bad
automatic starter.
problem.
Not a bad problem.
It's not a bad problem. I just feel like for a first season, I'm not expecting.
And
anything
also
from
because
Sancho
all those
as well.
guys are young, that would be getting an attitude saying, "Oh, I'm not playing. I'm pissed off. I'm not on the
Who
team."
Only
do
Martial.
you know? To be fair, Rashford, we know he's not gonna be frustrated about not playing.
They're gonna. They.
Martial doesn't care. Martial literally looks like he doesn't care. Even when Martial,
I think
you know-
Martial cares. I just feel like he's shot of confidence
No.
completely.
But the thing is with Martial is
Pretty
like when a man is coming, when you have a man coming off the bench to do something, he doesn't even look like he's
No, I don't.
fresh energy.
I don't think. I don't. That's not fair. I don't think Martial don't care in it. I genuinely feel like he's shot of confidence because the way in which Martial plays is like
Martial
plan
loves
A
to
or
win.
plan A or nothing. Like he plays at one tempo. He has one style of play. Like the manner in which he plays, he has one finish in his locker. Like
He's
everything's
so fun-
very,
he's so
everything's
fun
very
in the pecking
precise,
order now.
and it's sad, isn't it? I feel like if he leaves, I think it's best for him to leave.
But wait, but can Martial not play? Could Martial not come off the left?
Nah, it's pointless.
He's not the same player.
It's pointless.
If
It's
this
pointless.
was
It's
2015,
6 years now.
2016,
This is season
Damn.
6.
I'd say
Is
he
it
could
season
go-
6, mate? Season 6.
something
Season
like that, yeah.
6.
It's pointless. It's
So,
pointless.
he's not the same player he
Listen.
was where he could come off he doesn't have that mobility. He's built to be a striker now.
When did he? A lot
Bulked
of guys
up.
get bulked up.
Bulked up.
But I've always said Martial just has a low motor.
Happened to
He
my
has
guy,
all the
but-
talent in the world, but his motor's just low.
But that's the thing.
Saka.
Hmm?
Saka bulked up. Looking like a bozo when he plays.
Damn.
Which Saka?
Kyle.
Ghost Child. Listen, carry on, please, carry on.
You don't mind. You don't want to
Actually,
discuss.
not my guy,
You don't,
isn't
want,
Mm-hmm.
you don't think Saka needs a rest. You don't need a.
He needs about 2 years, bro. He needs a
Yeah,
rest.
he probably does need a rest,
He
but
needs a rest. 2
Arsenal
months.
have many good options.
Yeah,
Him and Smith Rowe, they need rest. I'm just looking at them. I'm just so disappointed
Yeah,
in our
for a
young
contract.
talent, man.
Well, speaking about Arsenal rests, it looks like Odegaard's going to give them a reprieve. You know, nice free kick into the top left corner.
After we scored a
That was a
free
good free kick. That was a very good free kick.
Let me just say, all these wonderful wins from Arsenal, beating Norwich and Burnley,
1-0.
these teams have no wins. So
I was literally listening to like a podcast today, but the football podcast, and when it spoke about Arsenal, they were like, going into the Tottenham game, Arsenal going in with great confidence. First, let's slow it down. Let's just dial it down a little bit. So you lost 3 games, cool. Let's wipe those. The first game that everyone's saying your season starts now. I don't know why your season starts in game 4.
it was a tough win.
It was Norwich at home, and you won 1-0, and it was tough.
Wenger days, that's a fair
Why?
slap.
That's a slap. No, Wenger.
Even
5-1.
Even Emery,
5-1.
Emery would get you 3-0. Even Emery.
Yeah.
No, Emery's getting you a 3-1 definitely.
3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
And then they will say your subs.
1-0 to the Arsenal. We're going back to the Steve Bold days. 1-0 against Norwich.
Ball, Tony Adams, man. Bruce.
What?
Lee
Against
Dixon,
Norwich.
Nigel Winterburn.
Do you know how mad it is? Everyone's saying, okay, yeah, it's not every just because they're a small team doesn't mean you slap them. They played Watford, yeah. Do you watch the Watford match?
But Watford
Watch
slapping
the
them.
Watford match. Watford, they were lucky to walk out there with 3-1. Watford was slapping them up. And our problem is we beat them. It's not like we beat them 1-0 when we had bare chances. No.
Cagey.
We beat them 1-0, then they got cagey towards the end. Then Burnley, I'll give them the Burnley result.
That's a good result.
I'll give them the Burnley result.
Do you know what? Yeah, Burnley have this thing with Burnley. Burnley at the beginning of every season are awful. That's the best time to catch them. No, it's the best time to catch them. It's the best time to catch them, and they're tricking you. They're tricking you. Let me say it to you. Oh, Burnley's a great result. You know, Man City go there, slap them every year.
No, Man City-
United slap them every year.
That's a cheat code.
No,
though.
Man City's literally the only team that slaps Burnley.
Chelsea go there, slap them. They
No,
slap
no,
them.
Man
No,
City-
Chelsea give them a 3-0. Chelsea give them
Man
a
City
3-0.
Guys,
slap
go there.
Burnley every
Man City's the
season.
only team that
Man City
slaps.
give
Every
them
United,
a ritual
do United
5-0.
struggle there? Do United struggle at Burnley?
Yeah.
Do you struggle?
Yeah.
I've seen you win there.
Last time we
Don't
played,
tell-
it was
like I said-
literally 1-0.
Some teams go there and slap
The
them.
only team I recall slapping Burnley outright.
Man City.
They know what
Man
that
City
slaps
slap them home,
every,
away.
Every time
Wherever
they
you go,
they
like,
know
you know,
they
and
get
Liverpool
slapped left and right.
Liverpool get them a 3-0 away. At home, sometimes I don't know why with them at home.
Last season was a fluke. This season they beat them 3-0. Like, yeah.
They make sure they
Burnley's
slap Burnley. But
For
when
us,
it's
that was
Arsenal,
for us, that was a great result.
yeah, it's for
I didn't
Arsenal.
see that. I didn't see that coming.
What do you think Burnley was gonna be? I thought it was gonna be no.
Yeah, I thought it would be 0-0 or 1-0 to Burnley. I didn't think Arsenal's the problem.
Last year,
Arsenal,
when we 1-0 up there last year, and then
the handball thing.
guys were moving mad. I don't know.
Was it then 2-1 or
Yeah, 2-1, and then we went there, and then Shaka passed it to Leno, and then Crispin just bagged it.
Yeah, it's just.
So,
it's just
so Arsenal don't really struggle. That Arsenal Burnley thing is a myth of the past that we struggle at Burnley. We've been winning there, but you know.
Anyway, but those two games, they shouldn't paint. They don't paint over the cracks, and this is how fickle Arsenal fans are. Fair enough, Ramsdale had a great game, but I'm seeing Ramsdale appreciation post. Chill on that shit. Listen, yeah, we're still shit. We're still very, very shit. The conversion rate and all this, and this is what Arsenal fans need to get through their thick skulls when people are talking to you about a project. Football does not work like in with a 5-year lifespan. It's not property. It's not a fucking job. Like, what's your long term? Like, we'll talk. No, that's not how it works.
Prospects.
If Saka keeps up this form, like his Euros form, Saka's gone in 2-3 years.
But you
If-
know
if
what?
other
I've seen
people keep
guys
up-
who are info. It's
if-
Atletico and Juventus.
What? That stay there for life.
They won him.
Huh?
I don't think-
No, but what I'm saying
I'm not
is
worried
that
about him leaving.
what I'm saying is that you rarely ever keep a crop of players together.
Yeah, that's true.
And then secondly, at that, you think that other teams are never also gonna have like a young crop. They'll just always be buying the best players, so there'll always be that gap. So as they improve, they're just gonna keep getting
I think
better.
the project idea is
dead.
Do you know what it reminds me of? In other sports, when they say, "Oh yeah, we're doing a rebuilding," like they say that just so they can buy you time. It's not a time for Arsenal for that because when under Emery, them man were fifth. They were close.
They were
Emery
close
got
up.
sacked- Emery got sacked for less than what Arteta did.
chaos.
Emery got sacked for less.
Wait.
And with the same couple of players, them man was saying that Arsenal's not good enough.
Yeah.
Expectations are different.
Yeah, and
Is
it's
it Arsenal
crazy.
are not good enough?
And
That's
what,
dumb.
what upsets me about the expectation is Arteta's PR is amazing because this guy's an Everton legend, not an Arsenal
No,
legend.
Arsenal legend at all. So how did he get this? And to spend £50 on Ben White, that's actually malpractice.
It's like £50.
It's like
£50 million.
boys.
What is it, 30 mil? Oh no, 50 on Ben
Yeah,
White,
that's,
sorry.
it's actually malpractice because anyone would say
You
that.
gotta look into that,
You
man.
have,
That's
a-
dodgy. That's bad business. That's dodgy stuff.
it's bad business as well.
It's
When
bad
they haven't
bread.
had
Yes,
and
yes,
Nketiah
that's
was going to
F.
be part of the swap deal.
Yeah,
And Nketiah has 1 year left on his
but
deal.
Arsenal
They didn't
make
put him
a
in.
lot of bad signings, so I'm not surprised about
No, but why would you put
Overspend.
Nketiah? Nketiah's going to leave for free.
Arsenal transfer market have been horrendous for the last.
They don't sell guys. They don't sell guys because they say they have value. At the end of the day,
No, they don't sell guys. They say that, but they end up going for free.
I didn't know.
And they overspend on guys like Ben White, that probably 20-25 million. They end up spending
And
50
then you
million.
got Saliba.
Xhaka, 35 million.
But-
Mustafi, 35 million.
Hey, I know
They'll
Graham
sell
Potter
Welbeck
was
for-
laughing when Ben White was on the plane to Euros.
But the thing is, they even
Yeah,
rejected
because-
a couple offers. They was
Even
even trying to
they-
play hustle, struggle ball
To be
with us.
fair, have you
That's
seen
what I'm
Potter?
saying. They knew they
Potter's
could
playing
get a
with
better.
Duffy.
Arsenal just
Duffy
get
at
twanged.
one time,
In that transfer market,
Duff-
Arsenal
and
get
look at now.
twanged.
That's what tells me that Ben White was crap. It was crap. Even
Arsenal
Leeds,
gets twanged.
Leeds
He's not special,
25
that's what I'm
M's. Leeds
saying.
are wanted to spend 25 M's max.
Yeah.
And they decided, you know what, I don't even care. They didn't even re-enter. They still spent money on guy like Danje. Don't tell me that this guy is that
This
good.
guy is not good.
I can't remember the last good signing Arsenal made.
The last good signing in it.
Gabriel.
Gabriel is the best.
Gabriel.
Good signing. Well,
Gabriel.
Saliba, maybe he'd be a good
Gabriel.
signing.
We don't know about Saliba.
He hasn't been a good
I like
signing.
Lokonga,
He
though.
didn't play.
Pandora's box, we don't know.
Lokonga, From the stories I'm hearing
Oh,
about
good
Lukonga,
player.
people
No,
don't
no, good player.
I like him.
a lot of
He's
people don't
clean.
make. They don't
Nah,
rate
he's
Lukonga
clean.
as much as I thought they did. I like Lukonga. I think he's good. He's got a lot of
Who
skill.
doesn't rate him? I like him.
They said that Lukonga doesn't.
They're
really
chatting
influence-
shit.
influence-
Anyone that says he's
Who
not
says
good,
that? Who's
anyone that
saying
says
this?
I heard
bring
from a podcast.
at them. Bring up, because bring up because he's cold.
They
He's
were
a
saying
good
that. They were
player.
saying that he doesn't move the needle really. I can hear him not moving the needle. That's
It's not-
fine.
I'm not
Partey, the question mark on Partey. Partey's good though, but we need to see
I'm not
him
expecting
be
Lukonga to
consistent.
move the needle as right now, but I'm saying it to make
What, as in
a
progress to
difference.
play faster?
He progressed the game.
He does it. He does it well enough.
Yeah.
He does it well enough. No,
I got no issues with Lukonga. I think
He does it well enough,
He's a
man.
good signing.
He's
But
20,
for a backup,
21,
Yeah.
new to this, like he hasn't been amazing, but he's been shown good enough signs that he
Can I
can.
ask a question?
Do they expect Lukonga to do what Partey was supposed to be doing?
Partey's supposed to be doing something. I don't know
Like,
what.
I
he's
can
doing.
understand they said about Partey when he's been injured, saying he needs to move the needle because Partey has that quality.
Partey
Lukonga is 21.
Partey needs to move the needle. He's got some good performances. I really see him obviously consistently. I don't know what Arteta's plan is with it because I saw us play a 4-1-4-1. Partey's going to be our deepest line player. I think Partey didn't move to Arsenal to do that from what he's been saying. So
I always thought he could play that role, but again, like him being the only one in there with
Odegaard,
Odegaard and Smith Rowe, like, that's a lot of work for him to be
He's
getting
gonna
through.
kill him.
That's
And
a
you
lot